Hey everybody, my name is Nick Scott. I lead the data analytics practice at SC&H Group, which rolls up to our business performance management team. Today we're going to be talking about modernizing really the finance strategies around data analytics as a whole. I know that can be a daunting topic. We hope we kind of break this down a little bit, talk about some things that we have really found helpful with our clients and folks that we're working with in the industry to help move some of these goals and aspirations forward to bring the value chain that finance can really bring to the organization, start moving it back to that strategic thinking kind of mindset. When I think about kind of just our recent projects and engagements, kind of how I view what finance is doing for the organization is they are the lifeblood. I mean, everything kind of comes to them when it comes to whether it's compliance, organizational reporting, kind of accountability, when it comes to really how is the company performing as a whole. Back here, we kind of have the little engine that could here on the left. Finance, accounting, they're the train, they're chugging up the hill. It can be a daunting task, and there's a lot of manual effort that goes into making sure that everything is cohesive, whether it's reporting or it's simply just moving data from one system to another to ensure that other folks can get their job done. So a lot of effort goes into it, and really where organizations want to go is turn to this high-speed bullet train that we see here on the right. More nimble reporting, the ability to get data quicker, be more accurate, get into more analytic activities. That's obviously where we want to be, but the journey is tougher than that sounds, and it's always kind of daunting to get started. A couple things that we have really seen recently be successful trends in us coming in and working with a finance organization to, again, adopt some the right data strategies, put the right things in place to help an initiative move forward, has been a few key topics. The number one thing we have found really has been beneficial and helps these projects move quickly is not trying to be siloed once again. We want to make sure that we're melding in with the tools and technologies that the organization as a whole are utilizing for analytics, reporting, you name it, versus kind of being one-off and doing things on their own. So building good relationships, either with the IT teams, most organizations now have an entire analytics department, a data team. We want to build those relationships, and we ultimately want to get those folks involved. So that way the strategies that they have used across the organization, whether it's been for sales or marketing, you name it, we're piggybacking off that. We don't want to go through this process where we're identifying a new tool or technology to stand up a data warehouse when maybe the organization has solved that in another piece of the organization, and we can kind of just leverage and start piggybacking off those conversations and maybe the methodologies they've used to be successful, and then we have a quicker path to start getting some quick wins. Also, that team, after a consulting firm like SC&H Group comes in and helps you stand up, a better analytics strategy and some solutions, that team can support you moving forward. And they're going to have folks there that are well-versed in anything that you stand up. That way, there's not these gaps in kind of knowledge. You can leverage what's there in your organization. I think the other main things that we're seeing as well is just spending more time on data prioritization and data strategy. So a lot of times, the concepts are out there. We want dashboards. We want faster reporting. We want to stop doing manual report compilation. We want to get out of Excel hell, that I like to call it. That's great. And those are broad goals. Those are something that we can move towards. But I think spending a little bit of time up front has been so valuable for me coming into an organization to understand really how to prioritize what's coming next and put specific goals around it so that way we can show output and tangible outcomes has been big. Incorporating some dashboarding concepts and some of the things that have some of that appeal are important, but also just documenting the importance of having a better understanding of data flows within the finance team, how it integrates with business operations, what data is being asked of finance that is right now a bottleneck and really is holding back other teams from getting their jobs done correctly, has been a big theme as well. That's something that we want to come in and, no one likes the consulting firm or anybody coming in, even internally, spending a lot of time on documentation. But I think doing sort of that assessment, if you will, before you actually dive into buying a technology product or saying what your end state goal needs to be for the year, really putting priority around those goals is important. And that's where you start to come up with ideas of whether or not you need a data warehouse, a business warehouse. Do we need a BI and analytics tool? Do we need to take a step back and really look at the way that we're integrating data across the finance applications? Or is that all well and good and maybe we are further along than we even thought and we can kind of move faster on this value chain? So there's a lot of different things across organizations that can drive priorities, but making sure that you pick something that has high visibility, high business value, and then also something that you can kind of measure and have tangible outcomes, I think is extremely important. The other piece too that I want to talk about is just the kind of shift in resourcing. We're seeing just a lot of young folks come into the organization that have a ton of analytics skills. They're really learning this throughout their college career. It's something that I think that they're being told is very important moving forward. And folks want to get into this space. Bringing talented people into the organization that are focused in finance, but maybe have some experience with BI, analytics, business analyst background, things of that nature, I think can really help move these projects forward. Folks are going to be excited about the outcomes that are going to come from having more modern, I would say, data analytics, data availability within the organization, and how that's going to allow them to kind of progress in their careers and what they're going to bring to the org. So I would say just really start looking at that as far as your talent, kind of building up your organization moving forward, is have those internal champions, folks that are kind of embracing this. You're bringing them in for a purpose to help not only just be that finance analyst, but also drive kind of strategy across your organization, knowing that this is a topic that's not going to go away. So those are the major things that we've been seeing. Hopefully we can get into this a little bit more in detail in some upcoming videos. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Nick. Contact information should be at the bottom of the video, and I look forward to talking soon.